Hi there, this video is to run you through the process of creating a Quizlet account and how you can create revision sets very easily on Quizlet, and to show you some of the things that you can do once you've got it. So this is the website that you need to navigate to, Quizlet.com. You don't need that bit, that's just because I logged out. So Quizlet.com, when you get there, you will be shown this screen. It's a very simple process to create an account. All you need is an email address and a username. If you've got Google, you can use Google. Otherwise, just log in as you kind of create an account. It will then ask you a couple of things, kind of whether you're a teacher and so on or not. Follow that process through, and eventually you will end up at a screen that looks a little bit like this. Although obviously you won't have the sets that I have here. I'm just going to take you very quickly through the process of creating a set. This can be really straightforward if you've already got a Word document or something like that with key terms in it. So main option here is to create a set, top middle. So when we click on that, we get taken to this screen. We need to make sure that we give our set a name, and now we've got some options down here. Now if you're creating an economic set like I am, then you need to set both of them to English. But if you're doing this with MFL, something like that, then you can choose languages. That's important when it comes to the spoken voice that can read the messages on the card, because it will speak with the correct accent. Now your options are either you can go through and type them in like this, in which case you can gradually work your way all the way down the list like that, create your own manually. As I said though, if you've already got a list of key terms, it's much quicker than that by using this import button over here. So if I click this, it's now asking me to paste the terms that I want to use in my Quizlet set, and as it says there's a number of ways that you can paste this information. So I've got here a table in Word of kind of key exam commands. So I'm going to copy that, Control C, and when I return, I can paste this into that box there for Quizlet. So that was just Control and V. Now, depending on what you've got to separate, you may kind of need to change some of these options here. It's up to you. Now, mine, when it was in a table, it's considered to be between the term and definition as a tab, and between each term and the next is a new line. But if you used a comma or a colon or anything like that, you can alter what the divider is in each of these cases. You can then quickly skim through your list to make sure that it's imported them all as you expect. It's worth doing that. Sometimes if you've got a rogue kind of carriage return or something like that in there, then it might not line them up properly. And once you're done with that, we can import our terms. They all appear in our create list like this. From here we can edit them if we wanted to. So if we wanted to I don't know, correct any mistakes or to add anything on, we can do that here. You can also at this point, if you want to add images or voice recordings to any of these, some of those are more advanced features, but those can be done. When you're done, you create your set. You need to tell it which language, so English on both sides. Create my set, and that's that done. So now I have created my set, and I can now do various things with it. Across here, these are all of the different options for how you can actually use this set. So fairly self-explanatory. Flashcards will turn them into a flashcard like this, which you can turn over, move through to the next, and so on. Learn is an excellent example for pupils to practice their own. It tells them which ones they've got correct and incorrect. Speller is perhaps more relevant for MFL or English rather than anything else. Test is a really useful tool. Test will enable you to, using your definitions, create, as the name would suggest, a test. You can do it as a kind of an online test like this, when pupils need to type into it, or you can print it out as a document for them to complete in paper form. But it's great because over here you can choose which sorts of questions you would like. You can say which way you want the definitions to be going, and you can tell it how many of the terms you added you want to use. Scatter is a great little interactive board game. By using Scatter, it throws out the terms and some definitions, and the idea is that that you need to match them up. If you fail to match them up properly, like this, then they bounce apart again. When you get them right, they disappear, and your aim is to clear the board. And race is a kind of a typing speed exercise, or a quick thinking exercise. You have to type the answer before it reaches the other side of the screen. Some other useful things that you can do then from here. So from the set list, we can return to the editor mode if we want to make an alteration, delete a term, add a term, that sort of thing. Add a class. If you've signed up as a teacher, then you can create classes and you can invite your pupils to them. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Adding to folder is really useful. You can create a folder for each of your courses and then sets within it, and then pupils can either test themselves on an individual set or the folder as a whole. Share enables you to share a quick link. Combine and copy are very useful if you find that you have sets that you want to combine together to make bigger sets. Just to be aware, once you've combined a set, you can't uncombine it. So I would suggest you make a copy of each set that you want and then combine the copies rather than combining the initial sets. Otherwise, you won't be able to separate them out again. Embed is very useful. It creates embed codes for all of the different sorts of tests and uses for the Quizlet, and these can simply be copied and pasted into your Firefly page, and the flashcard or the scatter or whatever will appear there. Last thing, just to show you very quickly then, when you are a teacher, you can also create classes. So you can create your classes, and you can also create folders, as you can see down here. Now, a very useful way of doing this is that within any given class, you can assign different sets to that class, and you can add them and remove them as you go along. And there's a very quick and easy way of copying this link, emailing it to your pupils. When they click on it, they are then asked to join that class. That's by far and away the easiest way of actually doing it. And once they have added it, they can then gain access to the Quizlet app, and they can obviously go in and test themselves. So really powerful set of features that you can use with just any kind of simple key term revision list that you have. As I said, there is a premium version for teachers, which enables you to add images to either one or both sides of the card, which could be quite useful depending on which subject you're teaching. Also allows you, as I said, to add kind of your own voice comments, so that might be an explanation or something like that. And it also enables you to monitor how the pupils are getting along. Now that is fairly competitively priced. It's $25 for a year, which works out currently at about £15, something like that. So definitely worth doing, even if it's just kind of one departmental account that you create rather than a personal one. So lots and lots that you can do with Quizlet. I hope that's given you a bit of an introduction about how you can use it. Do let me know if you have any questions or want me to run through anything with you.